Hey, Schaefer, check out this video, man. This is a trip.
All right. What do we got here?
We got two guys fighting, man, but watch.
All right, let me check it out.
What's up, guys? This was my black belt debut at Fight to Win a couple years ago. So starting off the match, just feeling each other out. I'm seeing if he's going to be attacking me or if he's going to be more defensive. So just doing a couple fake shots, seeing his reaction. And this is me trying to get him to engage me. I really trust my defense and my frames and all that stuff, so I'm okay with playing possum and kind of giving up a bad position partially just to get him to initiate. I really need him to close the space and attack me for all of my attacks to be effective. And there we go. He attacks me. I'm playing the bottom here, and I instantly tried to turn it around on him and grab a leg in that transition. There's me giving up my back. I did it with my chin down. My chin is still down this entire time, so my neck is protected from the chokes. My hands are now free to do whatever I gotta do because I'm using my chin to protect against the chokes, right? And watch my left arm here. He's trying to go to crucifix. This is what I wanted. I'm grabbing his arm with my left arm. I'm passing his hand to my right arm. That's one of the grips I want. Now with my free left arm, I'm looking to grab his head at the right moment. And there it is. I'm looking for it. Once I get his head, I'm able to get this arm bar right across my thighs. I'm passing my right leg to my left arm, my right knee to my left arm, which you couldn't see in the video, but that's what allowed me to get the arm bar.
Okay, that's some good stuff right there.
Man, how did he do that?
I don't know, man. But you know what? Let's ask him. We've got him now on Open Mat Chronicles.
All right, you guys, welcome back. Once again, another episode, Open Mat Chronicles. 1865 here, coming at you guys. And as always, we got my man Schaefer in the house. What's up, Schaefer?
What's going on, everybody? Schaefer's in the house. Welcome to another episode of Open Mat Chronicles. We got a good one for you today. Rod, you want to tell us who we've got in studio today?
Yeah, man. Well, you guys saw the introduction right there, and we have the man himself here, Mr. Tyler Brey. What's up, Tyler?
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. We've been scoping you out for a while now. I had to get you on here.
No doubt. So, Tyler, give us a quick little brief history about yourself, where you used to train, how long you've been doing it. Let us know something about yourself.
So brief sum up, I was born with spina bifida. So obviously if you've seen my matches, I grapple from my knees. I have a little bit of leg strength, a little bit of quad strength, so I can drive off with my legs a little bit. But that's about it when it comes to leg muscle. And then I started off with wrestling, did that for 6 or 7 years. And now I'm like 17 years into jiu-jitsu, something like that.
Nice.
I got my black belt from Casio Wernick. And I teach jiu-jitsu at Aries in Roseville.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice.
Those are our people over there at Aries.
See, that's something I didn't know. I thought he was a Gus black belt all this time. You were a Casio black belt.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
2019.
All right. Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
So were you training with Gus when he was at Casio's? Or did Gus already have it open, his school open?
No, Gus
He
was
had
open.
already opened his school.
Okay, he had opened
Yeah.
his. Okay, nice.
Like when I
nice.
started, Tyler was he was like a purple belt or something, I think.
Dig it. Yeah, because
A
I
long time
met
ago.
you maybe, 10 years ago, I think, was when I came out here from Jersey, and that's the first time I met you. And I remember everybody kept saying, like, yo, watch out for this dude. He's got this move, like they call it the meat grinder or something.
Damn it, you took my story.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Actually, that's Gus's story.
Man, it was just such a badass freaking move.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But, all right, so 17 years in to jiu-jitsu. But not only that, freaking world-class bodybuilder, dude.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yep, that's my other passion. If I'm not doing jiu-jitsu, I'm bodybuilding. So, I mean, my main job is I'm a personal trainer, right? So fitness is really my main thing. And then teaching jiu-jitsu is kind of my side job, right?
Okay.
But, yeah, I've been a professional bodybuilder since 2018. I've competed in 6 Olympias now and 1 Arnold Classic, and it's been insane. It's really special time in my life. You know,
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hey, Tyler, so back then, like when you were like blue belt, purple belt, were you bodybuilding or just more? Because I just remember you being like, you were like a little stockier, bigger, but really strong. Are you still doing that, or is it more bodybuilding, like leaner now?
My first show was 2015, And then I took the next couple years off and started competing again in 2018. And then that's when I won my pro card.
Okay.
And then that's where it was kind of like, okay, am I doing this and competing at the pro level? If I am, I need to go 100% and take it serious,
Yeah.
or don't do it because you're just going to get your butt kicked.
For sure.
Yeah.
So then I've just been committed ever since.
That's good. That's good.
All right, so and now only on the bodybuilding kick here because my little brother, he's a bodybuilder too, and how miserable are you when you're cutting, dude? Like, does it show up in your jiu-jitsu? Like, if you're like just trying to lean out and whatnot, you get meaner on the mats?
I would say I don't think of it like that. You just embrace it. You enjoy the grind.
Okay.
And like, okay, the other guy's feeling this way too. I'm gonna beat him. He's gonna break. I'm not.
There we go.
So just every day you're feeling like crap. You have a little bit of a smile. Like, this is where I'm winning and he's breaking.
Okay.
And so I don't know. I get competitive about it.
See, that's a wrestler's mentality
Dude, yeah,
right there.
wrestler
dude.
mentality.
Yeah, you guys like grind, dude. I don't know. I get real soft when it comes to that stuff. I'm like, I like my comfort.
I don't know if people really think about how challenging that is. I mean, bodybuilding, it takes 100% dedication. Jiu-jitsu takes 100% dedication.
Right, that's
do both of
200%.
them. Bro, that's hard.
Hell yeah.
That's tough. Think of how many guys barely work out and do jiu-jitsu.
I know, dude.
I still lift.
So
but
that's funny because you mentioned that too. We were like, so many people get into this mindset where they go, hey, for jiu-jitsu, all you need to do is jiu-jitsu.
Oh, that's old.
Do you believe that? Do you believe
No.
that? Okay.
Okay.
Like
I can
right off
argue
the
that all
bat.
kinds of ways.
Yeah.
So again, I'm a personal trainer, so of course I'm going to argue for fitness.
Yeah.
But at bare minimum, you need to be lifting for the corrective exercise element of it. So let's say we are shrimping all the time.
Right.
So you're going to have tight hip flexors, and then eventually it turns into a hip injury.
Yeah.
You should have loosened your hips and strengthened your glutes.
Dig it.
Right, you got to keep both sides of your body strong.
Right.
And if you're only doing your sport, you're going to get overly strong in one part of your body, whatever that sport demands. So, like in jiu-jitsu,
I
we're
see.
always very tight. We're always
Yeah.
shrimping. We're always bending at the hips. Right?
For sure.
So you're going to have tight hip flexors just off top of my head. Then you're going to have shoulder problems too. There's a bunch of other things. So at bare minimum, you need to lift to keep the other side of your body strong, and then you get injured less, and then you can do jiu-jitsu way longer without injuries. And
sense.
there you go. You don't get taken out of the worlds because of your injury.
That makes perfect sense. Absolutely. So all you guys out there talking about, I'm just doing jiu-jitsu for jiu-jitsu. I mean, with some exceptions, Marcelo Garcia, we're not telling you how to do this. But
Yeah, he's an outlier. He's an outlier, definitely.
But you can never argue using the exception, right?
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah,
Exceptions are not the rule, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
Okay, I like that. I like
And
that.
then, okay, well, let's look at Gordon Ryan. Let's look at,
yeah.
a handful of guys.
Absolutely.
Like,
The guys who are doing the best are freaking athletes.
Yeah.
It's like,
most of them are lifting.
yeah, you can't separate the two anymore. That was like old school Hoist Gracie back when nobody else knows jiu-jitsu, sure. But now, nah, dude, you gotta be at least, maybe you won't hit peak performance, but be the best version of yourself that you can be if you're going to get on the mat.
Yeah, well, the sport's attracting more athletes now, it seems like. You're getting guys that are wrestling, they're lifting, they're doing it multifaceted.
Absolutely.
It's the days of just the small, skinny guy that wants to learn jiu-jitsu. Those days are over, man. It's true, though, man.
It kind of is. What is it? Oh, remember the old was it Weeder or whatever? Like in the it used to be
Joe
in the back
Weider.
of the
Yeah,
comic books,
Yep.
and it would be like the
Kicking sand.
100-pound or the 98-pound
Yeah.
weekly and whatnot. Yeah, kicking sand. Yeah, you can't have that shit anymore.
No, but something I always tell my clients is in jiu-jitsu, when our skill is equal, the better athlete wins.
100%.
Right? Our
100%.
skill, our technical knowledge is equal, then whoever can hit it faster and stronger and more coordinated wins. And that's your gym stuff. That's
Yes,
your lifting.
that's outside of jiu-jitsu.
That's
for
outside
sure.
of jiu-jitsu,
Okay.
yeah.
Man, that's perfect.
Yeah,
Like
it does
that-
make a lot of sense.
How do you argue with that like analogy,
Yeah.
like that breakdown? It makes sense.
The ultimate goal is to get on the Marcelo Garcia, Caio Terra level.
Yeah.
Right. That's the ultimate goal. But
For sure.
okay, not all of us do jiu-jitsu 8 hours a day, every
Yeah.
single
Yeah,
day,
dude.
and blah, blah, blah. Some of us will never reach that. Most of us won't. So that's where lifting, it does give you a significant advantage,
Closes the
especially
gap.
if you compete.
For sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Worlds is coming up. That's coming up in about a week
Is it
or
really?
two, right? Yeah, I think so. Everybody's going
Oh,
out to
Master
Vegas.
Worlds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Master
it's in
Worlds.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I'm
okay.
going.
Are you going?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. Well, I feel bad for whoever's going to be out there with you.
I'm not competing. I'm just
Oh,
coaching.
you're okay. You're just going
And
out.
I'm going to be hitting up all the seminars. The
Hell
seminars
yeah.
are insane.
Really?
Everyone's there. No, Marcelo Garcia, Hadra Gracie, Buchecha,
Oh, dude, that'd be crazy.
Robert Drysdale.
Damn.
Like the Mount Rushmore of jiu-jitsu.
Okay, I'm about to say it's going to be the be all
It's-
like the.
it's insane, yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, get out to Worlds, everybody. Master Worlds if you get the chance.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I do have a question. So you had already been wrestling for 7 years, so you understood where you are on the mat. You understand how your body moves and whatnot on the mat. Did that instantly translate over for you when you started jiu-jitsu, or did you come in like every other guy who comes in as a white belt and you're just like, whoa,
White belt
wait a
wrestler.
minute, this shit is like, are you sticking your head in too much, getting guillotined, or what was it looking like your early jiu-jitsu days?
So when I first started, I was with Gus, and he was a brown belt at Infinite Jiu-Jitsu, right? And the whole program was me and one other white belt. That was it.
Oh, wow.
So we're talking OG days.
Yeah, triple OG,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
So, no, it was me, Gus, and one other white belt.
Damn.
The other white belt had no experience with wrestling or anything.
Okay,
So
okay.
I distinctly remember Gus taught me an Americana.
Right?
And we drilled it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, we're going to spar. And I just wrestled this guy to death and Americana'd him 1,000 times.
Did you make him quit, or did he
And,
stick
like,
He
with
probably
it?
quit. Where is that
I
white
felt
belt today?
bad.
He's gone, dude.
I legit
Thanks,
felt
Tyler.
bad. After like the 8th time, I just wrestled him to side control and Americana'd him. I'm
Right.
like, I wish I could do a different move. All I've been taught is an Americana.
sure.
Yeah.
And I know how to maul you from wrestling. So I'm just going to keep doing that until I learn a different move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit! So you were Gus's first student.
I was.
You were
well,
like
no, he had people
you were like
before
one or
me.
two. Okay.
I'd have to ask him about his own history. I know he had coached people before me.
Okay, gotcha.
Wait,
But
that's
he might have changed schools though, or I'd have to ask him. Yeah, I'm not sure.
was it at the Sunset Place with Joey's
Yeah.
or no? Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, yeah, it's old school. Yeah.
Man, no
Yep.
idea where that guy ended up.
If
huh?
you're that white belt, put it in the comments.
Yeah, really. If you see this, you're like, yeah, I remember getting
That guy-
Americana'd over and over again.
Yeah, and I'm
I mean,
like,
he's probably a black belt by now. You gotta
Statistically,
believe it.
I hope so.
Statistically, the guy quit. Right? As a white belt, he probably quit. We're like-
Damn, all the dudes.
Okay, so how long did you wrestle for?
6 or 7 years.
No, I'm sorry. How old were you when you started wrestling?
middle school.
Oh,
I
middle
was
school.
7th
Okay,
grade
okay.
when I started. Yep.
Okay, so was it hard for you to transition, to, I'm kind of asking Harold's question in a different way, but was it hard for you to transition to jiu-jitsu, or did you have that wrestling so ingrained in you? Because we got a couple
Well-
wrestlers where we got to get the wrestling out of them a little bit.
Shit.
Well, so for the first, I don't know, couple months up toward a year, there wasn't that many at Infinite right at that time.
Right.
So I'm going against the other white belt who doesn't know wrestling or anything. By the time the program started growing, now I'm like a year in, year and a half. Like, okay, now I know some jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
So I didn't have that many issues of always getting my head caught in a guillotine or something
Yeah.
Okay.
because the main guy I was training with didn't know
He didn't know any
guillotines.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I didn't really have that experience because the program wasn't big enough at that time for me to deal
That's
with
good.
that issue. Yeah.
So you were kind of at the right place at the right time, too, I think.
Yep.
For your
Mhm.
origin story. Huh?
I'll say,
Yep.
let you
Kinda worked out
develop your
well.
game. Like, yeah, because you're like, you know what? As you were coming up, you weren't so much worried about
Yeah.
like these upper belts who might have like just kind of
Yeah. There was no
There
taken
were a lot of
advantage of
upper-
you
yeah.
being a wrestler. So okay,
Yeah.
I like that. So how would you describe your style? Because we were actually asking this to a couple other people. Like some are like, "Oh, I'm a smasher," or the other one's like, "Oh, I'm like a ballerina." Like if you had to describe your style of jiu-jitsu.
Baiting.
Yeah.
A lot of baiting,
Okay.
giving you a false sense of security that you're
100%.
winning and come on in, try to finish me as you're coming in. I'm catching things.
Okay.
And I need you to be offensive for my stuff to work.
Gotcha.
My worst matches is where the guy's being really cautious.
And I was going
Oh,
to
yeah,
ask
that
that
would
too.
suck.
Yeah.
You get a guy who just freaking runs around in circles and just try to
He's
avoid.
not
avoid.
engaging. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
And that's
to
where,
engage.
like, in my fight to win match at black belt, there's a point where I turned my back to him. Because
Just
I think I saw
offering it up.
I was
Yeah.
begging him to attack me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, because then, right, if you get guys who just played a little freaking sneaky point games, they're like, oh, shit, I got advantage. Now I'm just going to dance around
Yeah.
and try not to get a freaking yellow card.
Yeah.
Well, we were watching some of your fights here earlier, and I was like, it's like a puzzle, right? And I'm looking at all these different people try to solve the puzzle, and they can't solve it. That's
For
the way I'm
sure.
looking at it. It's pretty cool.
It is cool, dude. And, okay, so we've got that. We've got your early days of jiu-jitsu. As you're progressing, you know, you're blue, you're purple. When did you actually start to teach other people? Like, how soon before you're sharing the art?
I started getting requests at Purple. like for seminar or something. Yeah, that's where I started getting decently good with some of my unusual tricks that I do.
Right.
Yeah.
And like won a couple tournaments, and so then that's when I got requested to teach here and there, not regularly, but a seminar here and there.
Okay. Nice. Did private lessons and all that stuff as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's like our boy Carl, man. Like he lives off those private lessons. Carl Gosselin,
Yep.
he's the private lesson guy. Damn. All right, go for a ride. What else you got for him?
No, I'm thinking some of these old stories like at Infinite. I don't know if you see, but you weren't there, Harold, at that time.
Listen,
You weren't there when Tyler was there,
before
were you?
2015 is when I got here. I got to California in 2015, and I think you had just said you just did your first tournament around 2015.
I did my first bodybuilding show.
Bodybuilding
yeah.
tournament,
Yep.
right? So yeah.
And that was, I had just switched from Infinite to Casio's right before that. So I barely missed you.
Yeah, I'm about to say, dude, it was like in passing, and then
Yeah.
you were gone.
Yeah, I knew of you, but
Right.
yeah, we didn't train on the same
I was
team.
about to say,
yeah.
we was like, shit.
Yeah.
But I heard the stories. Like I said, I heard that
Yeah.
meat grinder, and I was like, I'm glad I never got caught in that.
Gus still says that to this day. He'll reference you. But yeah, if you would be like getting Tyler's meat grinder.
So, okay, to be clear, when you're saying the meat grinder, are we talking like
Some turtle.
It's from turtle, right?
Yeah.
You get like an overhook on the arm.
I
hit a
would
roll?
say it's I have a lot of different ways of getting you to hug me.
Okay.
So whether that means I'm in turtle and you're reaching around my waist, right? Or now I've created some things where I create a scramble. I get into weird positions intentionally.
Dig it.
I'm wanting you to control the scramble by hugging me, and then, well, you gave me your arm.
Yeah.
Right, so I do a lot of baiting you to reach around my waist in one way or another, and now I want Kimuras and stuff.
Dig it. Are you a wrist lock guy?
Not, I don't win with wrist locks often, but I'll use them to create.
To make a move.
Yeah, make a move. Yeah, I'll definitely look for them.
I'm about to say, 'cause I can imagine, like, dude, you should be able to put some serious pressure down on a.
I'll make
them
them jump and then get a arm bar after the jump. You
Okay,
know, like,
yeah, hell yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, see, I love wrist locks. That's still
Yeah.
my thing, dude. I'm like the wrist lock dude. I think everybody says, oh, once Harold came here, everybody started doing a lot more wrist locks. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
man, that's what we did on the East Coast.
Yep.
So basically, it's like you almost force people to play your game. You have to play your game, and there's no way around it.
And that's where
And
if
then you get 'em.
if I'm giving you a position,
Yeah.
then it's like you're stalling.
Yeah.
Because I'm giving you my back or I'm giving you side control, but you're not engaging to finish me.
Yeah.
I'm putting, the pressure on you. Don't stall. Finish me.
Yeah.
But the more you come at me, the more I'm seeing opportunities. Like, I need you to be offensive for my counter offense to work.
Dig it.
You know?
Have you ever rolled at all?
I don't think we've rolled.
I don't think
I
so.
think we've ever rolled.
I doubt it,
now.
yeah.
Like I said, it
It's
was
just different. It's different. It's like it's different in a good way. It's fun. It's like you don't really feel like you're in danger. That's the way I can explain it.
Okay.
And then it's too late. You're like, oh crap.
I want
So,
to
yeah.
create a false sense of security.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
All right, so when you're dealing with refs, right? Because now if you do have these guys and they're like, oh, they're real cautious about engaging or whatever, what are you seeing from the refs? Like, are they like, yo, get in there, combosh, like make something happen, or are they just letting the guy kind of play the I don't want to get in there move?
I got two funny referee stories.
Okay,
So one of them is with Casino.
all right.
You guys know who he
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And now he's actually one of the founders of Aries that I now
Yeah.
teach at, right? But so way back in, I don't know what year this was, but I was a purple belt. I was at the U.S. Open or one of the Claudio Franca tournaments, I think. And I went against this guy. We're out there going at it, and it was the finals. We're both kind of like, we're nervous, and we both want to win. We both don't want to make a mistake, right? I could feel he was very concerned about making a mistake, my opponent, right? So I'm on my knees. He's standing. He runs around behind me. I let him. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to let you put the hooks in. I know how to play the back safely without giving you any points or anything relevant, right? But again, I'm on my knees. So see if you can picture this. But he grabs my belt and he grabs the back of my gi at
gotcha.
the top.
Yep.
He yanks me backwards. So he's trying to put my back on the mat and be in north-south,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I scoot back with it on my butt. So I'm in a wrestler's sit-out.
Yep.
So I'm not allowing him to pull me all
To
the
actually
way
pull you
back.
down, yeah.
The more he pulls me, the more I scoot my butt back, and I'm staying in a wrestler's sit-out. Okay? So I'm like, okay, his initial pull didn't work. I go to turn, and his grips aren't allowing me to turn. I didn't know this at the time, but he was fully standing. I'm on my butt in a wrestler sit out. His arms are locked out on my belt and my gi, and he's just here. And every time I go to turn, he would use the grips to not let me turn.
Gotcha.
So I tried to go left, I tried to go right, and he just kept not.
He's trying to use like a big steering wheel, like a boat steering wheel.
And like now I have a picture of it that somebody got, but at the time I'm like, what the hell, right? So after I try to turn 3 or 4 times, he's not letting me. He's stiff-arming me, so he's not engaging.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just kind of sat there, and Cashinho was the ref. I looked up at Cashinho and gave him one of these.
Yeah.
And then Cashinho dinged him for stalling.
Oh,
and I'm like, thank you.
There you go.
Like he
There
actually
you go.
was stalling.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
Yeah.
He's just like
but,
locked out and just
that's
keeping
the
away.
only time in all my years that I've been given a stalling call, though. And there's plenty of other times where the guy, I felt
It
like
was
he
like
was
on
stalling.
the line type deal.
Yeah, but it just doesn't seem like I see stalling calls in jiu-jitsu that often. In wrestling, we are on that stuff. So that's what I'm
Okay.
used to coming from my wrestling background.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
will call you quick for stalling, really
Really?
quick. We do not allow any kind of stalling in wrestling,
So
right?
it's just like go.
In jiu-jitsu, I'm like, you do allow a lot of stalling, honestly, before you call them. So in my head, I'm like, thank you, Cashinho. You got on him,
Dig it.
So anyways, just that was a funny story and funny picture that I have of him stiff arming
Yeah,
me.
no
and
doubt.
That's pretty
and I'm sitting here kind of like this,
Like,
What
are
do you
we
want me to
wrestling
do?
or what are we doing today?
But okay, so different tournament. I think I was a purple belt in this story too. I go out for the match, IBJJF, and the referee, right before he says go, he tells me, "Hey, I need you to start with your hand extended on his collar."
Really?
I'm like,
Why?
what?
Well, why would that?
And I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
that's the way you need to start.
Give him an
That was just some shit he just made up on the spot?
So here's what he was interpreting. This is the referee's, personal interpretation. You're starting on your knees. You're basically starting with a guard pull. Is the way that he's
okay,
interpreting
okay.
it. And you can't just sit to your butt and butt scoot. You have to make contact and then
Before he can be down.
yeah, so
Okay.
he's making me start with contact. Now, again, I'm a purple belt. I've done a bunch of IBJJF tournaments at this point.
Yeah.
So I argued with him a little, and I said, hey, I've never had to do this at any other IBJJF tournament
Yeah.
ever. You're the first referee
Right.
ever to make me do this. And he's like, well, you got to do it. And in my head, we're at purple belt level, so people are knowledgeable. I'm starting on my knees. You're standing, and I'm going to start like
You're
this.
begging for an arm bar.
There's
You're
no-
begging for a
They're
freaking
gonna-
flying arm
flying
bar.
arm
They're
bar.
going to jump an arm bar or a triangle.
Yeah.
You're going to jump, right? So anyways, I'm but
Okay.
I got this picture too, and I'm just like this, right?
That sucks.
I got this picture of me just like, fuck,
So,
But
oh
And
my
forever,
God.
people think that's
so
his
I
move.
grab, right?
Did you
The-
immediately let go?
so
Oh, shit.
the-
Go tell the story.
Well, and I knew I
like,
wouldn't
damn.
have the time, right? So the referee says go. On the go, his feet leave the floor.
course.
He's jumping at me for the flying triangle.
Yeah.
I let go and I drop my head below his leg.
Right.
I couldn't get my arm down that much that quick,
Oh.
right?
Okay.
So I got my head below his hamstring.
Dig it.
So now he swings around my shoulder and I'm in an omoplata. Right, so now I'm facing down in turtle in an omoplata 2 seconds into the match. I'm furious.
sucks.
Hell yeah.
Right? I'm like, we're
Yeah.
2 seconds in, I'm in a bad position.
Oh, yeah.
So again, purple belt, and I was so mad. I postured up and slammed him on his head. I just,
now we're talking.
just pure Hulk smash. No
That's how I
technique.
remember.
No technique at all. Like, I just flipped over and boom, and
Hell
just
yeah, dude.
get off my arm.
But no issue with slamming. Because, let me see. How long ago, purple belt, that had to be what? 16, 17?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. See, I can't remember. Like, there was a time when slams were just okay.
And it wasn't like high up in the air or anything.
Okay. Yeah.
It was a plop.
Gotcha,
But I
gotcha.
mean, it was
But it was a forceful one.
Pick him up.
get off me,
So did it work? Did he get
Well,
him
yeah.
off?
So I plopped him off me, and then I went to scramble up on top into like a guard pass situation. I grabbed his leg just to kind of push it in his face a little.
yeah.
I didn't do it aggressively. I just almost like starting a stack, right? And then his knee popped.
Oh, shit.
Right, and it was just kind of out of nowhere. So it was definitely a pre-existing injury.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't pushing his leg in a way that would reasonably injure the knee.
For sure.
Right, it just organically happened. So he must have already been injured. But that was the end of the match because he couldn't continue.
I'm about to say, you win.
Yeah, so
Hell yeah.
I won by default.
Yeah.
I got off the mat and I'm like, what just happened? That all happened so quick. I was in a omoplata. I slammed my way out. Then he screamed from his knee, and the match is over. It happened so quick.
See, that's how legends are born. It's like, oh, I grabbed him and I just snapped his knee with one hand.
And then I had already talked to the head referee a lot about rules with my braces and stuff, so we already had a relationship.
Okay.
So I ran straight over to him, and I'm like, hey, the ref just made me start with a grab, and like, this is not fair. I'm going to get triangled.
Hell
and
yeah.
He came over, and he told all the referees, don't make him do that ever again.
That's crap.
That is crap, dude. That's
Yeah.
craziness.
Yeah.
All right, but that's the only time you've experienced that.
Yeah, one and only time it ever happened. Yeah.
All right, so you mentioned braces. So you wear braces.
Yeah, leg braces, yep.
Okay. Shit. Real question here. Anyone actually still attack your legs?
No, nobody leg
It's
locks
just
me.
they all just freaking. It's been like a courtesy. They just say don't go that route. Okay.
But it was an issue with IBJJF. So, like, what am I allowed to do, right? With every other tournament I've ever done, not IBJJF, they've always been fine with, I wear my braces, I put on 3 knee pads per leg, so
Okay.
it's totally padded.
Right, it's padded up.
And I wear wrestling shoes. And it's not like I play spider guard and I'm going to kick you in the face.
Right, for sure, exactly.
You know
You're not
what I
going to hit
mean?
somebody with a piece
So
of metal or some
every
shit.
tournament I've ever done my whole life, they've always been fine with it. IBJJF is the only one who hasn't been fine with it. Right?
Surprise.
So with them, I talked to the head referee a lot, going back and forth, like, how can we compromise here? What can we do? And what we ended up figuring out is I can put the knee pads on both my legs. I put a sock over my brace and my knee pads.
Okay.
And then an old buddy from Infinite, Zahid. You remember Z? We just called him Z.
I don't remember.
I
Maybe
think
if I
he
saw
got-
him.
I don't know if he got to purple belt. I think he was like
Oh,
white
okay.
blue, and he might have stopped. But he was a nurse, and
Oh,
then
okay.
he got me some special tape that was sticky on both sides,
Ah,
Nice.
and then I wrapped that around my
keep everything
foot.
stuck in place. Okay.
Well, I wrapped
that's
it around
good.
my foot because I needed some kind of grip. Because
Gotcha.
what I learned is when I put the sock over my knee pads and my brace, it was like I was on ice
It'll
skates.
start
Oh,
sliding.
yeah,
Oh,
It was bad.
Yeah.
I couldn't just if I just
gotcha,
sit and
gotcha.
turtle, my knees would slide up.
Slide
underneath
out.
me. Yeah,
Okay.
like there was zero friction. It was like doing jiu-jitsu on ice skates. So he got me some double-sided tape that he knew about, and
That's
then
pretty
that
sick.
gave me some grip that was similar to what I'm used to.
Gotcha.
So then I could actually do jiu-jitsu, you know? But so then every IBJJF tournament, I'd put on my knee pads, I'd put on the sock, and then I would mummify my foot with this double-sided tape.
Right.
So it was quite a ritual to get
Hell
ready
yeah.
for every single IBJJF, you know?
Damn.
Yeah.
And all right, if you don't mind me asking, what's your weight class? What are you fighting at?
Now or back then?
Let's go back then and now let's go now.
Back then, I was probably 130 pounds.
Okay.
35, 40-ish.
All right.
Actually,
All
no,
right.
I remember 141 was the weight class.
141.
I do remember. The IBJJF weight class was 141. Yeah.
Dang it. All right. So I'm going to take a guess and I'm going to say gi, but what's your preference? Gi or
Definitely
no
gi.
gi?
Definitely gi.
Yeah.
Definitely gi.
Definitely gi.
I reluctantly am good in no gi,
Right.
but it's kind of like telling the kid to eat their vegetables because they're good for you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, fine.
There you go.
I'll do it out of
because I have to.
because
right?
I have
Yeah.
to. And if someone calls me out to a no-gi fight, like, okay, let's go. I can go in no-gi.
cool.
Dig it.
Like, I can defend myself,
Yeah.
but I can defend my black belt
Right.
in no-gi.
Right. Exactly.
But in the gi, like, it's getting serious. You know?
All right. Yeah. See, I like the gi too. I mean, I like them both. I do like them both. Rod, he said he's hanging the gi up. He's like, I only put my gi on
It
if
just,
I have
I get
to.
too many injuries. That's why
Yeah,
for me.
he's like,
when I
he's
wear
getting his fingers chopped up.
Yeah.
Damn. So, do you do a lot of one-offs? So, like, I know, like, I think the thing that everybody's doing now, it's those super fight type deal,
Yep.
right? It's like just one match, that's it. Do you do a lot of those?
I've done a handful of Submission Pro Tours. I've done 2 fight to wins. And then I might have done 1 or 2
That's legit.
others. But those are the 2 that pop up in my head. I've done
Okay.
a handful of, yeah.
Hell yeah. And I told you I was loving your Grappler's Quest shirt, dude. That's like,
Yep.
that's
Way
old
back.
school. Yeah, that's that way back shit right there.
And then, this was my very first blue belt tournament. I distinctly remember this tournament.
Nice, nice. Damn. All right, so we're getting a good picture of you here. I like it. So, what are your plans? Like, what do you want to see in the next? What do you always say that? What's your 3 to 5 year plan? Like, what are you looking for? What are you building up towards?
Learning jiu-jitsu.
just
learning
forever
jiu-jitsu,
growing.
and it's the more you learn it, the deeper it goes, and
I got it.
just I'll never be bored of it. There's so much I don't know, and
Okay.
you know,
I just had a weird thought.
What's your weird thought?
Have you ever run across your doppelganger, like someone else that's has like maybe upper body only? Have you ever run across that? Then wouldn't
No.
that be an interesting role?
That would be.
That'd be
well,
crazy.
no, I
You'd be
know
like,
of-
dude, this is on. This is a match of the century.
I know of a handful of disabled grapplers. Yeah, I do know of a handful of them that have gotten to purple, brown, black. I know of some badass like wrestlers, and I've seen it.
Right.
But
It'd be weird for you to go against one though. It'd be like,
yeah, I haven't gone against somebody who's like my clone though.
Yeah.
Someone who's
Gotcha.
also
Yeah.
a black belt and just comparable to me with my disability and
that'd
blah
be a
blah
good
blah.
fight,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, see, that would be an interesting fight.
But will it happen at some point? Yeah.
At some point it
dude.
will.
We say
I
given
can-
a long enough timeline.
I
dude.
mean, I can think of some people that like. Do you guys know who Anthony Robles is?
I don't know.
So look him up. Absolute legend. I got to meet him once. NCAA champion, missing a leg.
Oh, wow.
Division I NCAA national
Really?
wrestling champion.
Crap.
So like the same thing that Daniel Cormier won, and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
those,
exactly.
Yeah, he won the same thing that they won.
Holy shit.
And missing a leg, and he was totally undefeated his senior year. He beat all the best guys in the nation.
Nice.
Yep.
Wow.
But so if he ever crossed over and fully committed to jiu-jitsu, then he would be a problem.
Absolutely.
He was a problem for everybody in D1 college wrestling. So
Hell yeah. Oh, dude, we were just having some damn D1 wrestlers. I swear, dude. Wrestlers are like the bane of my existence, man. It's like, my whole thing is like, I like to chill and flow, and I was just like, I like sweeps. I like a nice calm roll. Wrestlers never give me a calm roll, dude.
Well, they're
I
always
was just-
young too. They're usually like in their
and they
early
always feel like they're
20s.
way younger than me too.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, we
Wrestling's
can't
a
help
young
that.
guy's sport.
Yeah, I think at a high level for sure. So, mindset, dude. Like early life, right? So you're growing up. You didn't wrestle, you said, until middle school,
Yep.
right? So, I mean, hell, I don't even know if I can remember back this far for myself. But as you're getting towards middle school, right? Just growing up. What were you like? Like, what was the? I mean, you never felt sorry for yourself, right? You never nothing like that. It was like, nah, this is my shit. I'm going to be successful. Like, how did you build that mindset? Is it just the family and friends around you, or what was it?
So before wrestling,
Yeah.
because then wrestling highly influenced that too with great coaches. But before the wrestling, that was my mom's influence.
Okay.
Because she was always really a go-getter. I got a million stories of just how she would raise me. But one like classic story I was just telling on another podcast recently. I don't specifically remember this, but my mom would tell me when I was 2, 3, 4, 5. You
Right.
know, we'd go to the grocery store and I would use my walker. That was a rule when I was young. If we're doing a walking distance trip, so we're just going into the store and coming back out to the car, we're going to be in there for 15 minutes, you're using your walker because you need to work your legs.
Yeah.
If you're going to school for 7 hours, use your wheelchair, right?
Makes sense.
But that was her rule is like if it's short distance, you're using your walker or crutches. So
Okay.
we would go into the store when I was a kid and we're shopping, whatever, and I would always have my little Ninja Turtle toy. Sometimes she'd come up and grab the toy and throw it down the aisle
Oh shit!
and say, go get it.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty- that's cool.
So she was making me use my
Yeah,
legs.
yeah, absolutely.
Like it's non-negotiable. If you have it, you're going to use it because if you don't use it, you lose,
lose it.
Yeah.
So that's how muscle works.
Tough
and
love.
so we're going to make you use your muscles, not brutally like a crazy workout,
Yeah.
but you're going to stretch them and you're going to work them.
That's
Okay.
good.
So like that was my influence from day one. So my mom is a really strong person. So that was my initial influence, you know?
So that's awesome. That's a good deal, man. Nice. And then when you hit the wrestling, that's when you got some good coaches out there.
And then, yeah, really like great coaches that were, they were just good at teaching life skills. That was like the thing that my high school coach would say is like, when you leave me after 4 years of wrestling for me, you're going to be a great person first,
Nice.
great wrestler
That's
second.
great.
That like when I see you out and about and you're in the adult world now, like
Yeah.
you're going to be a respectable human being. You're going to
Awesome.
you're going to be honorable. You're going to be like a hard worker. You're going to be, you know,
Yeah.
he had his things that he would instill in us. We were petrified of being 1 minute late for wrestling
Oh.
practice, and that's still to this day. I'm never late to anything.
Okay.
I get anxiety if I'm late. We literally had to do 100 burpees every time we
Oh,
were
damn.
1 minute late. Yeah, it was non-negotiable.
Yeah, so don't be late.
We would be rolling out the mats and getting practice ready, and it was a daily thing. We would be screaming at each other, Because like he's gonna get here at 3 or whatever, and if the mats aren't rolled out, ready to go, and we're warming up at 3, not 3:01.
Right.
Everyone's doing 100 burpees.
Everybody eats it.
So we're screaming at each other, get the mop and get the tape and get the do your job. I'm not doing burpees because you're slow.
Right. Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. See, that's like a military deal, dude. Like even in the Army, it's like. They say it's group punishment. It's like, no, dude, it's group motivation. That's what it is. It's group motivation.
So, yeah, he had a million ways of teaching life skills that stuck with you forever after those 4 years of wrestling for him. His name was Bruce Pearson.
Nice.
But, he was good at the art of teaching life skills through sport.
Okay. Born and raised in California?
Yep.
Okay, okay. All right. So, so where is this guy? Where was the school?
This was Rockland High School.
Oh, damn. Okay. That's cool. Good stuff.
Good school district.
Yeah, it is a good school. That's where my kid goes. Rockland.
Anecdotal evidence.
What is it? The Thunder.
Yeah. Yep, right? The Thunder. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Rockland Thunder.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if we have teachers like that now, though. I think that's
dude.
Really?
There's still some good teachers out
I
there.
hope so.
What, you think everybody got soft?
There's a lot of things that wouldn't be allowed, though.
Well, good point. All right.
There's a lot of things,
okay.
you know.
Fair enough. Some of the things we could say in the back in the day, we can't say.
Well, even things we would do.
Can't
Think how brutal
way.
we were. Like how he made those wrestlers tough,
right?
But through like brutality, through you're gonna do some hard sprints and puke. Now keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
you don't get to go home because you
throw
puked.
up later, dude.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
You don't get to quit and go home because you puked. You know, like
absolutely.
Are you done?
You just got a little bit lighter. You should be able to keep going now.
Yeah, like that was the mentality back then, and it probably wouldn't be so allowed
might
now.
Be frowned
Nowadays,
upon.
the guy who's watching the guy puking would get triggered. He'd quit. I gotta go home. I saw a guy puke. I gotta go.
I need a mental health day. All right. So, do you bring that mentality to your clients when you're training?
To everything.
Are you drill sergeant in these guys and gals?
I'm not a drill sergeant, but you find your ways of not accepting excuses. And I'd say, as a personal trainer, I try to be very give me your hurdle. Now we're going to problem solve. Here's 10 different ways to solve your hurdle. So identify the problem, and same way we go about jiu-jitsu.
Right.
Here's 5 different ways to pass the knee shield.
Exactly. You break it down. You figure it out.
Go with the pass you like to pass knee shield. I don't care which one you pick. And so I try to do the same thing with clients is like, you got to identify your hurdle. Why are you not following the diet? Why are you not doing the home workouts? Now I will be the mastermind who gives you 5 different options to overcome that hurdle.
So you remove all their excuses, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remove all the excuses.
So I don't really go drill sergeant on them, but I don't accept, failure.
Right.
I don't accept an excuse.
I like it.
I'll give you a way to overcome your hurdle.
Okay.
Would you say most of your clients are training for like a specific goal, like whether it's maybe just getting in better shape, or are they training for a sport?
It's mixed. No, I have everybody.
Up?
Some of them are jiu-jitsu people getting better for jiu-jitsu. Some of them is just the housewife trying to lose weight. Some of them are trying to do a bodybuilding competition. It's a pretty mixed bag of brand new people who've never trained before, all the way up to like serious people who are trying to go to another level. So
do you do any motivational speaking or any of that kind of stuff? Do you ever
here
get
and
out
there? I've been asked to do those here and there. It's not like my passion, but I've done it when requested. Mm-hmm.
You ever get back to the Thunder?
And there I coached for so long.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, I didn't say that.
Oh, damn.
I said it in my head. But yeah, I coached at Rockland for like 10 years after I graduated.
Oh shit!
And yeah, that was just a side thing because I loved it. So, so in that way, there was always motivational talks with the kids through the wrestling program,
and that allows you to bring a little bit of the old school back to them, right?
And I did. Definitely. I brought what my coach taught me into the room, because then he left after that. Right. So it was me and brand new coaches working with the program. And I would always say, hey, here's how I came up. And it's 3:01 right now. Practice was supposed to start at 3. You guys are in trouble.
Yeah.
You guys are in big trouble, because when I was coming up, we didn't start at 3:01.
Nice. See, that's good, man. As long as you can hold some of those traditions, because shit back in the day, it worked, dude. Like, realistically, I mean, maybe it works today too, but it seems different, it just seems different.
Using Rockland as the example, again, they've had a lot of new head coaches over the last 10, 15 years. Right. It hasn't been one consistent guy. So you know how that really messes with the program, right? Inconsistency of who's running the thing and how do we run it, right?
Gotcha.
So you can't blame the wrestlers for that.
For sure.
But back when my coach was coaching and he was a hard ass, we were the best team in the area. We won the section championship, and like we were the best team in the area.
Gotcha.
And then he left, and we've never been the
started
same.
to dip, huh?
And no, like Rockland's never been even close to that ever since he left. So there's something about that hard-nosed, like, you know,
No,
there's
it's
something
The
about
intensity.
It is. You know what I noticed? Like, even with, I'm going to shout out Jamie Harris School.
Oh, yeah.
His
Oh, yeah.
guys are tough, bro.
that. Jamie's tough.
For sure.
Jamie's tough as
dude.
it comes.
Well, his whole school came in and trained with us for like just a couple weeks because he was transitioning
Yeah.
to a new school. And I've had other schools come in, right? And you might
Yeah.
have like one or two guys that's tough, and the guys are okay. Dude, every one of his guys is tough.
Mm-hmm.
They're a beast. So there's something to that mentality of just
Oh,
that
yeah.
old school hardcore training.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, Jamie's as tough as they come.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure, dude. Yeah, those guys were, again, a couple of the wrestlers. I was like, son of a bitch. Here we go again, man. They're flying around me, and I'm just like, how do I slow this guy down? I'm like, because I can't keep up with him. I mean, I got, you know your limitations. I know my limitations. I'm like, I'm not going to out wrestle these guys.
Yep.
I might out jiu-jitsu him. I've been doing it for 24 years, so I got the jiu-jitsu part down. But I'm like, damn. It's these athletes, man. They make it hard. They make it real difficult. Shit.
Well, even his non-athlete guys are still tough.
And they were tough as hell too.
Technical
Yeah.
and just they had that grit is what you don't see.
Yes.
You know, everybody has that.
Yes, absolutely.
So shout out to House of Moons, right?
Yeah.
House of Moons.
Are they still House of Moon? Right?
House
Yep.
of Moons, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they got a new spot coming out in.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the
Citrus
description.
Heights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me see. We've got all our training in. We're talking about the grit. We're talking about that. So we actually had a good question because we were discussing this beforehand, right? We've got a really, really laid back atmosphere at our school, right? And we were talking about, we play music. We got Bob Marley playing in the background, all kinds of shit. We're just like, we're chilling. So back in the day, and maybe still to this day, Casio was like quiet, right? There was no music or anything playing. They were like, somebody told me they were like, oh, you could hear a pin drop when he's like when he's teaching and all.
Yeah.
So it was
True.
like that, right?
Yeah.
So
It's like 120 degrees.
right, yeah,
No
right.
AC.
It's like again an old school feel, right? But so over at Aries, you guys play music and all, or
Yeah.
you just okay? So
Yeah,
it's,
we're always playing music.
all right.
Yeah.
So it is a little.
It's
a
more.
little
It's
different.
more light, I think, right?
Like a more
It's like a
laid
kinda
back
like a-
atmosphere. I don't want to. I don't even know
chill.
if laid back is the right way to say it, but
It's enjoyable.
it's enjoyable. Yeah.
Well, not as traditional. Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Which do you prefer?
I'm good either way.
Okay.
I don't even have a preference. I mean,
Do you think one makes you better than the other? Do you think suffering?
I don't know, dude.
well, no. I
don't know,
I'm
bro.
there.
It
Like,
was-
my brain is mainly on jiu-jitsu.
Right.
Like I want to learn something new, and so I can understand when the music is on, everybody's a little more smiley,
Right,
and
right.
so it creates this fun atmosphere. So I
Yeah.
can appreciate that. But then at Casio's, okay, we're not playing music. We're here to do jiu-jitsu, and so there's this level of focus, and I love that too. So I don't even have a preference.
Okay. So, all right. So you're adaptable.
Yeah, I see benefits of both. And then that's what I'll say with like when I'm talking to somebody about jiu-jitsu is every school has a different vibe.
Yeah.
Right.
So you'll be able to find your vibe.
Yes. Oh, there's
know?
plenty of schools out there, and it's like, and you've got to be willing to go with what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
I mean, I do always say still get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yep.
But at the same time, I would never tell somebody go somewhere where you feel miserable. Like, don't ever go somewhere where you're like you're dreading going. Like
Yeah.
you should still enjoy it. It should still be like, oh man,
Yeah.
like you should be pissed off and hurt and bothered if you don't show up.
And
You
so,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and like I don't think one's inherently better than the other, but like some people may be miserable listening to music and
Yeah.
like thinking, oh, these guys are just like, it's too laid back. They might want old school hardcore, so
Right.
just whatever you like, you like.
Well, you had mentioned
Find
that.
that.
You said somebody like
Oh, yeah, one
heard,
guy, it's
heard
like-
it through the grapevine.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody was like, they don't take their jiu-jitsu seriously enough over there because they're playing music and doing this. And I'm like, really? I was like, I think we're pretty damn serious when we do it. I mean, we're out there. We're pretty competitive. But
I'm like, tell me that when I'm training with the sling, with a torn
I know,
AC.
right? I got
right,
a knee brace
MCL,
on and freaking
blown out.
elbows tucked in my
Yeah.
freaking my belt because my elbow got blown out. Yeah, I know. Go
But I would
figure.
say our school is taking a little vibe of like, we're not as competitive when we roll. Like we're we don't try to like. It's not all about like who wins. Like I have to make you tap. But it's not really that. Maybe we just changed over.
I think it's a lot more flowy. It's a lot more flowy now.
But now, a lot of it is now. It's like we just kind of flow. Hey, if you get it, you get it. Not a big deal. We try to help each other a lot. And it wasn't like that. Like when I was coming up under like Gus, bro, it's like you just rolling to win, dude. It's it. I'm not helping nobody, dude. I'm greedy. I just want to submit you.
See,
that has changed.
I think so.
I think it's changed.
So.
What are your thoughts on that, Tyler? Do you think it's changed overall, or is that still school specific?
I mean, I don't know. I've got a couple thoughts going through my head. I feel like that message is always there with all the schools I've trained at. So, like, if you're not willing to tap, then you're not learning. You know, like you're prioritizing winning over learning. I feel like the message has always been there. I guess what I feel like I've observed at Cassio's and at Aries is like there's a lot of students, so they naturally kind of do their own things. The serious people kill each other.
Gotcha.
And then it's clear, you know who's a hobbyist and you know who is trying to win a world title. Then the serious people kill each other. The hobbyists are cool and they're more laid back.
For sure.
And when a serious person trains with a hobbyist, they respect it. They silently know this person is a hobbyist. I'm not going to go crazy on them. So there's always that respect, and it's like, do you? If you know, meet up with the serious guy, kill each other, and then tone it down for your next roll against the hobbyist.
There you go.
It's like don't turn him into mat fodder, basically. Don't just like eat his lunch over and over again.
So I feel like I saw that
I'm breaking this. I'm taking that. I'm taking his arm home with me. It's like, nah, dude, come on. It's like,
I feel like I saw that at both, like Aries and Cassio's that were big schools where just that natural divide would happen, and everybody kind of silently understood. That etiquette, I guess.
There you go. Yeah,
that's healthy. If you can get to that point, that's very healthy.
Jiu-jitsu etiquette. That's a good way to describe it. Right. It's like know who you're rolling with. Right.
Yes.
It's like,
so basically, we changed, Harold. The culture didn't change. We just started.
So we changed.
We started getting older.
Oh my god.
Oh, obviously now it's not for.
I guess it's us. Go figure, right? Yeah, because I mean, when I first came here, did I fight harder? Do you think? You guys said
no. You've always fought at like 70%.
Like I try to chill, right? Yeah. I mean, when I came over, like I was a brown belt, about to get my black belt, and I was like, I'm not here to like what I said. I'm not trying to be the king of practice, right? I'm not trying to be the king of practice. I want to have a good time. My jiu-jitsu has always been more of a self-defense type thing, so it's like I passed the self-defense portion a long time ago. I'm comfortable there. So for me, it was just something enjoyable to do. It's just something I like being on the mats. I like being around people doing jiu-jitsu. I like talking about it. Hell, on a podcast, we obviously like talking about jiu-jitsu, and yeah, it's been a lot more chill for me.
Like for me, if I'm rolling with somebody who's maybe clearly like smaller, or maybe he's weaker, whatever, I don't know. I don't want to leverage like athleticism and strength to get him. You know what I mean? Just like I don't want to just lean into that first. Not that I'm super athletic or strong or anything, but there are situations where you have a significant advantage over your opponent, right?
Right.
And in those scenarios, I still try to just dial it back and just kind of just chill. It's not that important.
Go with the flow with the go. Hell yeah.
But that's also years of Gus telling me, slow down, Rod. I don't want, I want ballerinas. He's been saying that's always, I want ballerinas.
Yeah, right.
And so
whereas I've been a tank. I'm just like, nah, dude, I'm just going to grind. I'm just going to grind through you, dude. I'm like, I'm not dancing around anything. I'm just going to like pressure. Boom. Pressure bust pipes.
But there are some guys that are clearly tanks. Like James, like, no, dude, you don't listen to Gus. You're a tank, bro. You're a tank. You will always be a tank.
Oh, you know who else is? Well, baby tank, Esther. I don't think you probably never met her.
I know her.
Oh, you know Esther?
Yeah,
okay,
she trained with me for years as a personal training client.
Oh, nice. Okay, we always called her Baby Tank. Like she swore up and down she was like a 270-pound freak. I was like, nah, dude, you're like a little tiny lady. But she fought like a tank. I love it.
Tyler, I don't know if Harold asked this. He might have asked you. Do you do seminars or no?
Yeah, I mean, upon request, I've done a handful over the years. Yeah.
You do a great turtle seminar, man. It'd be like
awesome. I've done mostly turtle and Darce are probably turtle, weird arm bars, and Darce are kind of the three topics that I've done seminars on the most.
Cool.
Okay.
That's cool.
Hitting people with the unorthodox moves.
Yep.
I like it. Well, first of all, people, if you haven't done so already, we need you to like, subscribe, and share this because we're bringing you some good stuff here, dude. We got a freaking local legend here today, so make sure you check him out. Make sure you look at his Instagram, which we're going to post too. You want to say what it is, and then
so Black Belt Bodybuilding on Instagram.
Hell yeah. We'll definitely put that in the description as well, though. So we think, what else, man? So you're going to be at the Masters Worlds, but just checking seminars out, right? Damn, but speaking of seminars, do you feel that you pick stuff out of seminars that you actually apply to your own game or no?
And no, that's the thing is it depends. I've done a lot of great private lessons over the years.
Right.
Because obviously I get to go to this great practitioner and ask him my questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So private lessons are more my thing.
Yeah.
But I've gone to some seminars where the topic did apply to me.
Okay.
But I don't often go to a whole lot of seminars if I don't know what the topic is.
Makes
if it's
sense.
nothing but De La Hiva, then
Right, it
it doesn't apply to me.
Okay.
But like something that was awesome over the last year, I went to a Henner Gracie seminar, and the topic was no-gi chokes. So I'm like, okay, something here
nice.
has to apply
Right.
to
Hell
me.
yeah.
And it was really humbling. Now again, like I guess I went into it arrogantly. Henner's been training his entire life,
sure.
right? Like learned how to shrimp before he learned how
Before
to
you
walk,
walk, yeah.
right? So of course I don't know nearly as much as him about anything, right? So I arrogantly went into his seminar thinking I'm a expert on darce,
Right.
because I do know a lot of darce from every position and different grips to use and gi and no gi, and like I've done 2-hour darce seminars before.
Oh, nice.
And then when he got on the darce portion of his seminar, all of it was stuff I've never seen before.
Wow.
Really?
I'm like, okay, I'm giving my black belt back. I don't know jiu-jitsu.
It's like I don't even know what I don't know.
I don't even know what I don't
That's
know.
funny.
I don't know jiu-jitsu at all. Holy
Wow.
crap. So
That's
he blew
awesome.
my mind with all this new darce stuff, like troubleshooting and switching to this and that, and how to, when they're blocking the darce like this, here's what you do. And it just blew my mind. I'm like, I love jiu-jitsu.
Hell
I
yeah,
got a question
dude.
for
Yeah.
Tyler. This is what really just came to me right now. Okay, so coming up when you're learning jiu-jitsu, if you're going through the lesson, I'd say half of it's going to involve, like, especially guts. Oh, it's going to be a deep De La Hiva or some spider guard or something. So how do you navigate that if those are things that don't apply to you? Because I could say just right now for myself, if it involves any type of darce or anaconda, bro, don't leave me out of it.
Yeah,
Like,
Rod
I don't
doesn't
do
mess
those.
with
Oh,
I have
I'll
my
change
shoulders
that.
all. I know.
I can change that. I'll make you fall in love with darce real quick. And
But there's
anaconda.
there's certain moves that like I just for whatever I have a really bad shoulder. It's like frozen basically, and there's things that I just don't do and they won't fit in my wheelhouse, so I just tune out. So I'm just wondering how you navigated that. Do you still like? Well, go ahead, answer.
Yeah, no, I always have something that I'm working on.
Okay.
So always, every class, I know what I'm going in, and if the instruction of the day is De La Hiva or spider or something, I'm
Right.
going to work on
You're
my
over
thing.
here.
So there was never a time that I didn't have something that
I
I was
see.
personally working on, and then I would ask Cassio, "Hey, I'm working on this. I'm stuck here.
Right.
What do you think I should
I
do?"
see.
So I was always doing my own independent study.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So almost like auditing a class in college.
Yeah.
almost, right? So when you hit black belt, did it feel freeing to you? Did you feel, or were you always just like cool with, hey, look, I'm doing my own thing. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Or did you
Nothing
feel like the
changes.
black belt kind of gave you even more of a license to go that route?
Nothing changes.
Nothing changed.
Like something I like to say to my students is like, you're fighting for all these years and you finally get your black belt, and then the next day you realize you're the white belt of the black belts.
Right?
You know?
That's
You're
true.
starting over. Hell
true.
yeah. Absolutely.
Now you actually have to be a good black belt.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
also kind of just makes me think about so in the bodybuilding world, Tarek El Gundy, he's one of the top people in the bodybuilding world, not as a bodybuilder, but he's one of the head judges.
Okay.
But he's also a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So we click
Oh, wow.
real well that we
Hell
love
yeah.
bodybuilding and we love jiu-jitsu, right? But so I was talking to him one day, and he was saying how, like, when you get your black belt, that's when you're at the fork in the road of you can kind of chill and just say, I did it.
Right. Coast.
And
Yeah.
you can coast, and I'm not trying to learn anything more. I'm just going to teach the lower belts what I know.
Right.
And you're free to do that.
Yeah.
Or you're trying to go to the elite level, and I'm trying to catch up with Gordon Ryan.
Yeah.
Right? Like
right.
it's you choose what you want once you get to black belt. And just he was saying when he was the most badass was when he was upper brown, because he was trying to get
right.
that black
Oh,
belt.
yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like,
You're
that
hungry.
was when you don't mess with me. That's when I was at
Yeah.
the prime of my
Okay.
game, when I was like upper brown. And it just made me think, yeah, that's kind of what every black belt faces once you get your black belt. Are you going to chill? Are you going to coast? Or are you going to go deeper into the wormhole of knowledge? Then you can also go almost like a Danaher thing where maybe you're increasing your knowledge all the time. It doesn't mean you're on the mat doing it.
You're not necessarily applying it.
You're
right.
not applying it because of your injuries, because of whatever, but you're always seeking new knowledge so that you can teach it.
Hell yeah.
And that's kind of where I feel I'm at.
Okay.
I don't really care to compete anymore, but I'm super hungry for knowledge because I
Gotcha.
want to share it with my students.
Right, which came back to what you were saying before. It's like, we love jiu-jitsu, and this is, you're going to do this until you die, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, we always say, like, how many of you guys are going to die on the mat? It's like, probably a lot of us, dude.
Yep.
It's like, I will do this until I just cannot do it anymore. It's like, I can't imagine just going, well, that jiu-jitsu was a nice time in my life. Now let me go do something else.
That's
yeah,
not
same
even
here.
an option.
Yeah, it's not real to me. Like
That's not even an option. Yeah, ever.
Hell yeah. And I guess ultimately what I say, it's because it's important to you.
Yeah.
And if it's important to you, you find a way, dude. And so real shit.
Here's
What do
Here's
you got?
something interesting
Yeah.
that Henner said, though, at his seminar.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously Henner, his last name is Gracie. He's had an interesting life.
Right.
Right? He's grown up around world champions from day one and whatever. So he was saying, like, you'd be surprised how many high-level black belts he knows that, like, they're deep into black belt and they're also older.
Right.
And they stopped. And what he observed from the outside, you stopped because you're not the man anymore.
Right.
You know what?
Your ego.
There's something about that.
Your freaking ego, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, look, dude.
Don't quit for that.
What do you say? You hit the pinnacle, and you're not going up anymore. Now it's the down, and you're
You
gonna
see these
start
young cats
passing
climbing up on you?
People coming
Yeah.
up as you're going down, and that's a kick in your ego's
It is.
ass.
It is a little bit. But see,
Like,
that's
really
that's my motivation for training and learning new techniques. Like my game is way better now than it was before,
sure.
but I'm trying to keep
You
up with these
hold
20,
on. You
30-year-old
wanna
guys
hold
now.
on to
You know,
it.
I
Yeah.
didn't have that issue before.
But that's where he would say, though, like, he knows black belts that completely quit jiu-jitsu.
It's crazy.
Just because you're not,
not the
28
best.
years old, badass black belt that they
Yeah.
used to be, right? And I'm like, you can't be a 55-year-old, like,
Yeah.
years into your black belt. You're super, knowledgeable. You can share that with so many people.
Absolutely.
But you're quitting because you can't beat the 25-year-old in practice. So he made a point to say, hey, guys, don't let your ego take jiu-jitsu from you.
Yeah.
Correct.
You should be able to do this till you're 90
Absolutely.
and share the knowledge even when you can't physically keep up anymore.
It is.
But
You know?
it is a rough sport though because you don't get a pass. That's one thing about those
Yeah,
older
you were
guys.
saying that.
You don't get a pass, dude.
Like if
They don't cut you
if
any
you
slack
do
like you're
jump in
older.
there, right?
Yeah, like I'm already in my 60s. Do you think people care? Like a 22-year-old kid's gonna try to maul me. He doesn't care, dude.
But then that's where you go to the gym
And that's where I
culture,
get my
though.
technique. I shin on shin.
That's when you go to the gym culture, though. If
You're
the
right.
25-year-old is being inappropriately
Right.
aggressive,
yeah.
then, okay,
No, but I mean,
You're a
I just
problem.
don't think
Yeah.
they think about that, though. I just think they look at you as a human being.
They just see a black
You're
belt.
my opponent. I don't know how old you are. I don't really care.
Yeah.
You're just a man that I have to fight. That's what they think about, right? Unless you get clearly old, like you might be an 80-year-old man.
actually-
Maybe at that point.
I'll bring this up on this topic. This is a funny one for me. Do you know the Carrascos? Kevin Carrasco and so Kevin Carrasco was the first win in UFC BJJ history.
Okay.
Okay,
Really?
so if you watched UFC BJJ 1, he was the first match and he won with a flying triangle. Okay, so he's part of Aries.
Was he on the undercard?
I'd
UFC
have to
what? Oh
check.
yeah. All right. Now you can make me go
But
back.
anyways,
Look.
but his whole family trains with us, right?
Okay.
So he now trains with Casino in Arizona, I want to say.
Right.
But he trained with us in Roseville for a long time. And his brother, I've taught with his brother for a long time. His whole family trains with us, right?
Okay.
So their dad trains, and I'll have to ask how old their dad is, but he's not
Right. Not a young guy.
He's not 30,
Yeah.
He's an older dude. And he's the funniest guy to roll with because we'll get going, and some days he's tapping a little early, and then I interpret that as, okay, he's got some injuries, things are
Yeah.
aching, he's being safe, and he's tapping early.
Right.
Some days I'll get him like the third round into rolling. He's warmed up, and he is coming after me. I'm like, damn.
He's like one of them old
and
cars.
he's-
You gotta like warm
Yeah, you
up.
gotta warm
like-
up like an old Chevy.
when he's warmed up, he's fast, and I just rolled with him not long ago, and I'm like, that's where your son gets it from, because his son is insanely fast.
Okay.
I'm like, dude, at your age, you're still damn fast. And
Well, see, that's
think
what we
you keep
keep
it for a
saying
long
about
time.
Rod, though. See, everybody
Yeah.
says the nickname was Hot Rod and Microwave.
Yeah.
It's like they called him Microwave because he'll cook you quick, dude. It's
Yeah.
like
No, but yeah, here and there, just it'll go through my head like, crap, he's warmed up. Like we're throwing down in this round.
Nice.
You know.
Nice.
So his name's Francisco, and just we all love to see how much he's still kicking ass at his age.
Hell
you
yeah.
know, and then
That's
his whole
awesome.
family's kicking ass. Kevin is in the UFC, and like, damn, like it's a cool family. You know,
that
and
does
then
sound cool.
Frankie's a great guy. I taught with him for a long time, and so the whole family's really cool. But
Let's say, so age ain't nothing but a number, Rod.
I know.
yep.
All right. So as we get ready to wrap up here, dude, so is there anything you want to shout out, you want to tell the people to look for, to do? Give them something.
Yeah, I mean, follow me on social media. That's where I post everything with personal training, jiu-jitsu, all that stuff. I'm always, like showing my business of personal training and my client transformations. So hit me up for that if you ever need help with your fitness side of your life. And then I'm also doing more and more videos of me rolling, and I'm commentating just to get a look inside my mind. I'm doing these weird positions and these weird reactions, but it's very intentional. So I'm narrating more of my roles just to get inside my mind, and you can see where I'm going and what I'm doing, And then, as always, shout out to everybody who's ever helped me, Shout out to Casio. I'm really proud to say I'm a Casio black belt. I really look up to him a lot as the great instructor he is, and everybody who's helped me along my whole journey, all the private lessons I've done, and it's been a long journey.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. Rod, anything else for the man?
Black belt bodybuilding. Is that what it is?
Black belt
we'll
bodybuilding on
definitely-
We'll put it in
Instagram.
the description too.
Definitely be in the description, for sure.
No, I do have one little story. I do remember
fire
this.
away.
You probably don't remember this. This is funny though. I was a white belt. This is over at the first Infinite. And you remember when Gus did the Shark Tanks?
Yeah.
So this one we had all the guys there, Trevor, all these.
Yeah.
There's probably like 30 guys, dude. But in this particular match, it was like if you got submitted, you got kicked out.
Okay.
And he was like the last guy. And so there's like 20, 30 guys. And freaking Tyler was the last guy. I couldn't understand it because I was a white belt. I was like, I had a hard time understanding how did this guy beat everybody. I don't get it. It was the weirdest thing.
And that's the magic of jiu-jitsu, though.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing,
We've all
dude.
had that moment of a 110-pound girl destroyed you. And you're like, jiu-jitsu's magic. How do I want to learn this magic.
It was pretty cool.
If that's like Amy. I always sick Amy on people when we got new arrivals. I treated her like my own private pit bull. I was like, oh, watch this. We get some new guy in. I'm like, sick him, Amy.
But that motivates other people too. Like you're like, holy crap.
Hell yeah, dude.
It makes
Hell
you
yeah.
see that jiu-jitsu is real. It works. And
Yep.
It resonated.
Speaking of, you know who just jumped on somebody's ass the other day? Sarah, when we had one of those, we had some wrestlers come in, right?
Oh, Sarah's
you know,
doing
these
good.
young little jack wrestlers came in, super nice guys. But you talk about that little 110-pound girl
Yep.
on his ass.
She's
dude.
getting really good.
She was good.
Yep.
She's blue belt, but she was.
You
she was
guys
putting some work.
know Bill the Gorilla Cooper?
You know him?
We don't know
Bill
a lot of these
Cooper?
guys. I've seen.
From this area?
So
or-
he's more kind of old school guy, but
Okay.
Bill the Gorilla Cooper. I think I got my facts right here. I think he was the first American to get a black belt at 18.
Oh.
I think.
Damn.
Fact check me on that, though.
Right.
And then I'm pretty sure, though, he said his beginning of his jiu-jitsu story, he wandered into a jiu-jitsu class when he was in his teens, and a 110-pound girl kicked his ass.
Whooped his ass, right?
And then he's like, teach me this magic.
I need to know the magic.
And then, a couple of years later, he gets a black belt at 18, and he was a high-level competitor. He's
Holy
a serious. He's got multiple DVDs out. He's a really legit black belt.
Oh, yeah.
But his
Check him
story
out.
started by getting destroyed by a smaller female.
That's
you
awesome.
know?
That's awesome. See, he checked his ego at the door,
Yep.
and he was like, you know what? I need to know this sorcery.
Yep.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Well, as I was saying before, this is important to you, and you've absolutely found a way. You've been mauling jiu-jitsu's ass for a long time. And I know you say you don't know everything, and I guess we'll never know everything, but you're looking to learn everything, and that's awesome, dude. And that's what we said, right? If it's important, you find a way. If it's not, you find an excuse. You definitely have found no excuses, so that's freaking super impressive. We love it. And other than that, people, Tyler Brey.
Thanks for having me.
Keep training.
Keep training. For sure. And until next time, this is Open Mat Chronicles. Us.